16. Minute 20 left in the first. Andre to the baseline, misses the hook. Morris pulls the rebound down. Marcus back up. No, Andre tapped it in.
Ricky finds Tayshaun. Rudez underneath, sent away by Ilyasova. Jackson putting it up for Drummond.
Sharing experience from his past and studying the principles of Tom Gores. It was very, very special. After the game, everybody watched a special screening of Home Alone on the high-def Palace scoreboard. Got an early Christmas present. Great experience for some kids who could certainly use a lift. Reggie. Andre. Yes. Count it. Bounce Reggie to Contavious. Down the lane wide. Got his own rebound. Got no eye and clock still running. It's at 12. Inside for Reggie. Behind him to Andre for the jam. Shot off the rim to Blake. And switches to Blake. Andre's got Lou Williams on him. Took him inside and scored.
Smart. Out to Middleton. Giannis saves it for Bayless.
Again, you don't want to put Greg Monroe in that kind of a situation if you're Chris Middleton, where he's got to finish a lob play off, running full speed. That advantage you got to go to it. This Piston team, just watching the post-up possessions we've seen in this first half, a very poor, weak side defensive basketball team. They give their small guys absolutely no help inside.
Giannis and Monroe have 6 rebounds apiece. Drummond, who scores
in the league at finishing off those rolls inside.
Mayo missing off a catch and shoot. The Bucks wall off Reggie Jackson. The trailer, Drummond, scores.
And as long as they can continue to do that, you need to go ahead and work Middleton down in the low post against Reggie Jackson.
Drummond, and it was Middleton.
Is not good. And so you get into the, and then they don't have shot blockers to boot. I think Drummond, the only guy with over 5 block shots this season. So you're aggressive, you take it to the basket, you should be able to get a pretty good look at the bucket.
Morris somehow got it to Drummond.
Monroe, that's a shot he should be able to make.
Drummond follows up the miss by Jackson. A bunch of them.
Mike has certainly put his imprint on a lot of the players in the game today. Drummond sticks with it.
Giannis. Drummond clears it. Giannis battling him.
Giannis got him where he wanted him, but just didn't finish off the play.
10 on the shot clock. Reggie Jackson all the way across, and they go to Drummond. +1.
Sweep of one of the sets of back-to-back. Tucker loses the handle. Lead down to Drummond. He runs in, so Devin Booker now 9 for 13 from the free throw line. And he has 15 points. Look out. Andre Drummond.
Yes.
Wow. Was he challenging little kids now? Andre Drummond. Suns have really picked up the D. Great energy, but then...
Oh, that's a travel there. I mean, he's walking all over the place.
Reggie Jackson to Drummond at the foul line. Drummond using his body. And he just snuck in there and froze the defense.
I continue to say, TJ knows the secret about basketball as Drummond does his...
Len's back tap went into the wrong hands. Drummond has had a quiet night for him. And the lead evaporating. Drummond, quiet most of the night, suddenly comes alive.
But more importantly, he got the ball to the right guy because he can take those shots fading away 2 feet behind the three-point line. Oh, good.
Marcus Morris, Andre, Anthony Tolliver, and Stanley Johnson for the Pistons. 9.5 to play in the half. Andre backs on Capella, hooks over him, hits it.
Drummond, his first.
when Cat sees Ricky behind like that, Cat just needs to stay with him. And it's just too easy now. I mean, this is just
keep away from Lawson.
3 times.
And Johnson took it back in among the trees. Got it back. Andre hitting the head. Scores anyway. Stanley Johnson. Aggressive again, misses, but Andre's there to clean it up for Houston. Reggie, KCP, Stanley Johnson, Andre, and Anthony Tolliver for the Pistons. Just over 5 to play in the half. Lob inside, perfectly executed. Octavius with the drive. Andre with a clock at 17 gives to Stanley Johnson. Back to the big man. How about that for an athletic move? Ilyasova with a rebound. Andre to the basket. Wow. Nowhere to throw it, and the Pistons take it the other way. KCP by himself. Tapped up and in.
Idea to leave him alone totally.
You don't want to see that one drop either. Now, he has 18. Lob to Andre. Lays it in.
Good record.
KCP for 3. Andre tapped it in. They've been toe-to-toe fighters before. Pistons lob it to Andre. Converts. And he is fouled.
Lopez will get another try and still unable to convert.
Yeah, he shoots about 60%.
Uh-oh. Watch it.
That's a push from space out for the 3. I thought he was trying to get to Shabazz. Either way, it's a turnover. Bielitsa unable to get the windmill shot to go. Drummond, he needs to fight. That's where he
Got a little caught up with it and behind the action. Now the Pistons will try and just make sure they get a good one. Blake, free lane. Drummond all alone. The seas parted there. Pistons trying to do that here. Jackson cannot. Drummond will. Minus 17.3 per 100 possessions, which is far worse than even the 0-17 Sixers number is. As that goes down, plus the differential numbers, plus minus. I mean, I think you could be unlucky and have good, bad numbers and be lucky. Ellington finds Lopez, and Drummond jumped the route.
Oh boy, here we go.
Drummond controlling it all the way in, flips it home, and got fouled. Tolliver off the mark. Drummond, 8th offensive board of the game, and the putback.
At the cast, we showed how he played last night. We showed you 5 opportunities Brook Lopez had on the move.
Whoa! Drummond.
Tough calls again.
And now a strip. Lob, Drummond, space, finishes, and the foul.
He's a couple of national championships and Final Fours as well. He's got the Oklahoma City Thunder up to 10 wins here in 16 tries so far.
Thank you, Johnny. Yeah, good point. As the Pistons finally would not like to see him leave after one season. Andre Drummond had a little trouble with it. Steven Adams staring him down. Inside of 8 minutes here in the opening period. Quick start, 8-0 by Oklahoma City. Drummond looking up at that clock. Oh, nice turn to the left at a lefty finish there. That was a nice.
Morris for 3. Drummond get another rebound and another bucket.
4-point lead for Oklahoma City, but Steve Blake can help cut that a little bit more off to Ilyasova. Hand in the face from Ibaka. Drummond working over Adams on that left side with a righty hook, and that's a make.
Man, when you look at him, if you isolate on him, folks, he cuts hard, and that's what Stan Van Gundy always preaches. Cut hard and with precision. He's doing that.
Good interception by Blake. Another Russell Westbrook turnover.
Inside of 5 minutes, Pistons trying to cash in. They've gotten 11 off the mistake so far. Blake somehow got one to Drummond. Righty hook, drops it in. Wow.
The bonus, which was that third foul on Westbrook.
Reggie Jackson on the point, 6 points, had a helper and a couple of rebounds. Only played about 7 minutes. There's a lob to Drummond.
Nice.
And there's a helper. 6 to shoot. Works him over with a drive to the rim. Banks it in and out. Tipped in by Drummond. Offensive board. Cantor puts it in. It's been a killer tonight, those second chance opportunities.
20 points on second chances. That's usually what the Pistons chart.
Lefty hook by Drummond. Nicely done. Very.
The Pistons at 7-7. A great start, winning 5 of their first 6. But since then, they've lost 6 out of 8. Reggie Jackson against Dragic, a good matchup. But here's the marquee battle. Drummond versus Whiteside.
Ordered Green, the way he hustled down the floor.
Gerald Green with 2 quick scores in his first start as a member of the Heat. Well, the Pistons have missed their last 10 shots. Jackson lobs in for Drummond. 5 on the shot clock. Oh, good job by Drummond. The Heat look like they're... Sits down for the Heat. Justice Winslow, the first sub in, as usual. Halfway through this first quarter, Detroit up 2. This is Drummond against Whiteside. Single coverage.
No, that's dead right there.
Ilyasova with a height advantage on Dragic. Oh, Whiteside went for the block. Drummond with it back with 10 on the shot clock. And then throws it away into the arms of Morris. 7 turnovers for the Heat, just 2 on Detroit. Andre Drummond back to his battle with Whiteside. Oh, he ducks in. Oh, my. We haven't seen
that. So Bielitsa was doing a long closeout to get out to the three-point line. Then he sort of didn't pump fake, drives it, and his body's right there. You just create the contact. Smart.
Drummond got 3.
Nasty.
Will Pope and the Pistons sharing it. Reggie Jackson coming up short on the 3. Stanley Johnson missing. Drummond there for the putback. Contavious Caldwell Pope out of Georgia. Missing the jumper. Drummond kept it alive and put it home. Miami down by 20. They were down by as much as 28 when it was 74-46.
This is an important last 2 minutes and change right here. He wants to cut down.
Oh, my.
That deficit.
Tolliver, a 3 on the angle. Tipped up and in. They're going to give Drummond credit for it, but I think it went off Whiteside's head.
Especially troublesome during a stretch in which they're playing 7 games in 11 days, guys.
Maybe the bench can step it up tonight. Pistons get it first. Sean Wright, Sean Corbin, and Scott Twardowski are the officials. Reggie goes inside to Andre. There's our first look at that matchup. Hooks and hits. Marcus Morris from the baseline. Andre loses it inside. Clock running. It's down to 13. Morris backs and bumps. Shot fake by Reggie Jackson. Shot clock down to 5. Andre will have to shoot it. Facing hook, and he hits.
They're all good offensive rebounds. All 5 of them out there.
Morris, alley-oops. Nice. Adetokounmpo with a show-and-go move. Flips it up off glass, won't fall. Marcus Morris brings it the other way for the men in Piston blue. Trying to use a screen by Andre. Slapped loose by the Bucks. Parker closed on Reggie. He'll get by him. Floated up to Andre for Marcus Morris backs on Middleton. Turns and fires. It won't fall. Tapped in by Andre. Ilyasova inside for Andre. Captures it. Flips it up. No. Ilyasova tips. No. Ilyasova tips again. No. Andre tips. Andre tips it.
Rubio, no. Jackson comes out of there with it. Andre Drummond takes the feed.
Washington 17 points have come in the paint.
Most of it off the run.
Jackson stayed with it. Nice bounce pass. That's a tough shot, too.
Force people to have to make decisions defensively, and his counter reads are excellent right now over the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, points in the paint still being dominated by Washington. But Detroit will get one right there. Not been able to get on track.
Well, think about it. You know, we talked about his improved outside shooting. He's taken 4 shots in this game, but 3 of them have come from three-point land. I don't think he needs to be out there exclusively, and it's impacted his impact on the offensive end for sure.
Drummond, leaner, rattled it home.
Cousins, remember Cousins was knocking down shots from the outside, so Andre will have to go out a little farther from that hoop than maybe he wants to.
Now he wants to abuse him on the other end. Does as he hooks it in. Backs and bumps, ducks in, scoops short. Rebound batted around, controlled by guess who? Andre Drummond. Then when he gets it back, feeds Andre for a dynamite.
By 199, the 6'8" is sizable, and he played it to full advantage there.
Reggie Jackson got almost no minutes in the first half because of the whistles. Pistons to Andre against Towns. Both big men playing with 3. Andre hooks it and he hits it. Karl Anthony Towns makes it 52-45. Ilyasova inside to Andre. The hook shot is in and out and back in. Another part of his game. Rubio with a set. Short. Tapped outside. Reggie's got it. Rubio challenges him on the baseline. Topside dish goes to Andre. Down the lane. Scoops it and scores it. Bounds quickly inside to Adrian Payne. Lost the handle in traffic. Tolliver comes up with it. KCP deep to Andre. Got it up in a hurry over. Shot clock down to 4. Now 3 for the T-Wolves. Levine misses to Anthony Tolliver.
Andre Drummond's open if they can find him.
They go in. They find him. Folks, even in this league.
That's right.
To the paint as Reggie floats it up. No. Tapped up. Yes by Andre.
After he came over, was starting for a while for these Timberwolves after he came over from Atlanta.
Reggie with the pluses from KG.
I bet you he has.
61-59 Pistons. 2.5 to play in the third. Andre sneaks inside, scores. Jackson the forecourt. Halfway through the fourth now. 6 minutes left. Andre inside. Hooks it and hits it. Cleveland turns it over. Ilyasova comes up with it. Reggie down the lane. Reggie lobs it. Reggie down the lane. Reggie with a shot. No. Reggie with a tap. No. Andre with a tap. Yes.
5-1. But you know, as the season goes, teams get going and things like that. So tonight is a good challenge for us against Cleveland. And yeah, I mean, we're going to play hard and we're going to take it to him too. Really, he's really come a long way, and I mean, he's still young. He's 22, so I mean, he's just going to keep getting better and better every year.
He's gathered in his 6th rebound. He has 6 and 6 already. Working Mozgov here. Hooks over, and he hits it.
Yeah. Back in action, and it's only going to help these Pistons in terms of providing depth in the backcourt to a team that is rapidly improving.
Oh, yeah, because our main goal, there we go. Our main goal this year is to make the playoffs.
Yes, it place rocking. Wow. Andre getting it done. That's all. Marcus Morris with a long gun off the iron. Tap Andre in time. In time.
He is definitely a mid-range guy.
Can shoot the 3, but excellent in that mid-range area. Pistons inside to Andre.
How about that?
But he made it look easy. He has 27. Reggie Jackson lobs to Andre. Made that. Reggie Jackson to the rim. No. Follow-up. And exciting for these fans. 95-90 Cleveland. Reggie Jackson lobs. Andre finishes with a
11-point lead.
Kobe looking hard for the shot. Off the heel it comes to Andre. Reggie Jackson in a big hurry. Stop and go move. Shut off in the lane. One go in front to Andre. Tapped away. Anthony Tolliver to Stanley Johnson, back inside of the Piston big man. Works against Bass. Nance. Silva finds it. Stanley drives it. Gets it blocked. Andre over the foul. With a minute and a half to play in the half, Kobe Bryant pass picked off by KCP. Numbers. Alley-oop. And the Lakers lead. Dinwiddie off to Ersan Ilyasova. The corner long gun won't go. Tapped him with 11. Tavius for 3. Ilyasova trying to follow. No. Andre taps it in.
After Artex, after Meta World Peace.
He's supposed to go after him, and Marcus Morris blocked the shot. Nice feed inside.
That's right.
World Championship. Young just tripled. He tripled the Lakers into a 6-point lead. Pistons. Porzingis fires wide. Raised the net or the rim on the way by. Pistons inside, and Andre gets it. 25 for 35 at the line for the Lakers. Pistons inside. Andre.
Reggie Jackson checked out high by Austin Rivers, the head coach's son. Into Drummond. Leans in with the left shoulder, comes back with that right hand baby block as Blake kicks it out. Morris has been shooting threes, drives, they give it to Drummond. He has it blocked away. Josh Smith. Morris in the corner again to Drummond, who gets it back. Good hands and song with Contavious Caldwell-Pope. KCP from outside the arc, off the rim. Another offensive rebound for Andre Drummond. Drummond's 7th board of the game. Jackson down the lane, fended off by Blake Griffin. Gets a pick. Shot clock at 10, inside for Drummond. They go one-on-one with Griffin. Reaches with the left hand, and that right hand baby hook over him.
Be very effective.
Ilyasova's triple off the iron, but another offensive rebound, and now a putback from Andre Drummond. 58-47. Jackson slows it down for just a bit. Morris inside and off the glass. Andre and Ilyasova comes up with it. Turnover for the Clippers on their first possession, and right down low, the Pistons go to Drummond. Backing in on Griffin, right-hand baby hook, and that's been money this afternoon.
All the guy on Cousins, because he's playing outside, he'll only go inside and then use his bulk and his ability to score from inside. Right now, Andre's the guy on him. I think Andre just has to.
Reggie against Anderson. Andre screens. Reggie from the elbow. Short, tapped in by Andre.
You love that.
Silva, shot won't go. Tap won't go. Andre, another tap won't either. By 9. This is trying to go inside. Andre was 0.6 of a second. Ilyasova bumped on the shot. Turned out to be a perfect. But he did beat the buzzer. It was a good defensive stand till then. And even at that, they had Rondo shooting from outside. Anderson overplays on Reggie, nearly got a steal. Clock at 10. Reggie inside to Andre off the pick and roll. Got his Cousins upset. I think he's won the call on the other end. He comes out, Caspi checks in. Andre drives and jams.
Slither, I should say, between two guys and make Sacramento pay big. And the Pistons, if they can get something going themselves, they can put pressure, and we can see a whole different outcome here.
Reggie Jackson against Steph Curry. Great matchup there. Has the tendon for Andre, batted away, clock at 8. Andre wants it. He'll work against the Zealy, clock's at 5. Backs him in, hooks it, hits it. Play with supreme confidence
so far this year.
Reggie slow walks it against Curry. High screen from Andre. Contavious against Draymond Green. Andre in the post. 5 on the clock. Double team help from Klay Thompson. Somehow he scored it off the window. Ezeli with 2 free throws, 47 of 41 Golden State. 2 minutes till halftime. Marcus Morris against Draymond Green. Matchup of hard-playing guys right there. Reggie goes inside. Andre against Ezeli. Powered it up that time and in.
When he caught that ball, he had a foot.
Andre screens for Reggie Jackson. Drives it. Tried to pitch it into Andre and connects. Andre scores it.
How did he snatch?
Pistons lottery pick rookie. 4-court to KCP. Missed the 3. Capturing the rebound is Andre. Hooks it back and hits it.
For you in just a matter of moments. That's what they've done to the Pistons here with a 12-2 start to this quarter.
Reggie Jackson's back. His shot ends up almost being a pass. Short clock. He scored 7 straight. Lopez lost it inside. Good defensive job by Ilyasova. Pistons trying to lengthen this run. Right now it's 7-0. Andre with the hook. Hits it.
See, that's hard.
9 straight. 2 blocks for Andre. Andre gets it inside from Cameron Johnson. Ezeli returns the favor. Andre gets it back. Hooks it anyway and hits. Set offense. Players play off one another within the offensive concepts without defined sets. The officials are John Goble, David Jones, and Ben Taylor. And the Pistons will get it first. Ilyasova, low post to Andre. Against Plumlee to the front. Soft hook. Almost a jam. And the Blazers have doubled up the Pistons 12-6. Reggie with the drive. Tap back up and in by Andre. See what happens when Reggie
let their break a couple of times, and you gotta love the way he cut after passing the ball that time. Made himself immediately available. Caught the Pistons napping a bit.
Now Portland's up 4. Andre over Plumlee. Sweet hook and he hit it.
I might keep him a little active.
Marcus Morris. Spinning, gunning from the lane, no. Andre taps, no. Taps again. Yes, a goaltend.
Well, Andre again.
It appeared to be a gift for the Blazers. Reggie Jackson drives it. Reverse Glasser, no. Tapped up and in by Andre. It's 59-47. Pistons' first possession of the second half. Here's on Ilyasova. To Reggie Jackson into the post to Andre. Backs on Plumlee. Short hook and he hits it. Free throw for Aminu. 60-49 now. Portland leads it. Andre against Plumlee. Across the lane. This one from in front. Around and down. 4 touches. Reggie Jackson to the lane. Beans and guns. It won't go. Andre reaches over for the rebound and scores it. That's why he's a 2-time All-Star. Andre should be an All-Star.
Ilyasova. Caldwell Pope running the floor. Drummond on that pick and roll. They go over the top to him. Sullinger there defensively. Drummond. And Sully takes that one off the rim. It's a goaltend.
George Trapp and Vinnie Johnson-like qualities. One thing, he is not even close to being afraid to jack it up. Andre on the other end, manufactured. Myers Leonard out of the University of Illinois is 7-1 and 255. There's another go-to move. Get to the baseline. Pearson. No. Andre, no. Andre, yes. Andre with a out of bounds. Clock at 11. No basket, obviously. A moment ago for Morris. Blake drives, wraps it around to Andre. Nice setup by Steve Blake. By Contavious. Right back to the rim, no. Follow-up flush by Andre.
Oh.
Look at
his ability to shoot. That's why he has gotten consistent minutes, although he has struggled.
17-12 Pistons. Drummond No points, 5 rebounds so far, and there's his first basket. 4 years as the voice of the Suns, and you'll get there before you.
Cross-court passes never reach its target. Not at this level. College, maybe. But at the pro level, you better have a direct pass route to get it to your teammate.
10 on the shot clock. Here's Reggie Jackson. His pocket pass to Drummond, who dare I say.
You want to get caught up in it. Keep him quiet.
Brandon Knight.
So he's scooping up rebounds now early on. He knows how many he has to get to keep it his average. So expect him to be aggressive.
He needs 9.5 more.
Without much effort from Drummond.
You draw up the pocket pass, and that was textbook.
Yeah, I say that.
Ilyasova from deep. Drummond another rebound.
He just scoops up rebounds like crazy.
Oh, that's a beast move.
Trying to get inside to Drummond does. Gets it on the second tip.
Division. This guy playing with a lot of confidence. And Morris's jump shot no good. But
that's how you read it. Make him throw it across his body.
C.J. Miles rebounded by Ellis. And now in transition, here is Drummond. Ilyasova drives on Miles. And that's Drummond.
Job of recognition.
3.5 to play. Caldwell Pope has it. Ilyasova, Jackson, Drummond. No changes. Morris. Here's Drummond. And with a right hand.
Which is, I mean, it looked like it. That's a tough call. I got it. That one, I'm thinking that's got to go to the offense.
4th turnover, Indiana here early. Final minute. Ilyasova to Blake. Blake played last year in Portland. And now Drummond, he's gone the entire quarter, and he goes right.
Anybody on this team you want to find Hill at this point, he's the hottest guy the Pacers have on the floor.
It's been 5 minutes since.
Again, Drummond's not going to stop you from getting a jump shot, so that's why you used to see a lot of time the centers always put in pick and rolls. The centers are not going to get to a place where they can.
Turnovers on the Pacers. The Pistons have 15 of them.
George Hill says he has never started 0-4 a season ever. Not in high school, not in college, not in the pros. He looks determined to lead this group to not having it happen.
He has led this team. There's no question about it. Pistons inside. Kentavious on the run. Nice deep bounce to Ilyasova. George spinning to the lane. Ball swiped by Marcus Morris. Went to the deck for it. Pistons on the run. Andre in front with a hook and he.
Over. Jackson in the paint. Kicks it. Pope. Nope. But Drummond is there.
Here he is from the top. Shots off the rim. Andre gathers in the rebound. Spencer Dinwiddie back inside to Andre. First minute, 4th quarter. Andre against Miles Turner. Powers it up and in. P for 3 off the front. Follow-up book won't go for Ilyasova. Tap Andre.
Nella's on their point guard. And Jimmy Butler plays Morris. There's a little flip up, no good. Tipping Drummond once, twice, 3 times, and then finally, you know what? Would come with him as he sliced through there. He stayed right there. Jackson, to Drummond, and he punishes one by Morris. And here comes Jackson again. Mirotic on him now. Jackson, fan to Caldwell Pope. Back to Jackson. Trying to create some space. Bounces to Drummond and he lays it in. 128 as Stan Van Gundy's on. Back to several starters here. Whipped out. And bounced in. Drummond with a hook in the lane. Seconds left. Blake to Morris. Double pumping all the way. Missed it. Rebounded his own miss. Back to Drummond. He slips inside. Jackson races in and the layup's no good. The putback is by Drummond. So it hasn't been as bad as it could have been. But through no fault of their own. Here's Morris, who's been big all night, whipped it off. Inside, 44. Drummond comes out to set the screen. Jackson drives, no. Drummond tips, yes.
Rebound Turner taken away by Blake a second time. And Drummond gets 2.
Blake on a crossover. Up high, Drummond follows. Late in the second quarter, you saw the replay like we did, and it did not look good as the ankle and the knee kind of went from him. But
I'll tell you what it shows me, toughness.
Yeah.
You know, the kid's got some grit and toughness. He's just not going to sit out with a little bruise.
That echoes Alex Jensen's comments when we talked to him at the half. And there's a little
17 points in 19 minutes.
That's after we talked about his struggles in the preseason. Just shot 39% in those 7 preseason games.
Well, I think a lot of teams think they can get by with playing small against the Jazz, and Favors is taking advantage of it.
Drummond powers. That ball somehow. Free throw.
Maybe just, you know, likes giving money.
Maybe. Free throw was good. Alec Burks with 7. Drummond flying high. Looked like he went off a... Blake blocked, Favors the tip, and he tipped it right over to Drummond. Oh, bad break.
Jeff Teague with his first hoop of the new year. 8-6 Pistons.
Teague jamming up Jackson. Now to the wing and Morris. Pistons get into something quickly here. It's a behind the back to Ilyasova. High low to Drummond for the jam.
And that's where he's dangerous.
Nice behind the back, Tabo. Drummond with his 3rd rebound. And right to the rim goes Andre.
What a catch. And how did I miss that?
Goes Tiago an assist. Drummond, second chance good. His Pistons debut, double figures with 10, a step back on Bays, rebound Drummond, and he can do that. He's led the NBA. Drummond goes quickly. Out there defensively, followed by Johnson. No, tip up and in. Andre Drummond.
Kids. Jackson in and out. That was 3/4 of the way down. Drummond ends up getting an offense.
Stanley Johnson gets rid of it. Caldwell Pope, tough to the hole. Jam, follow, one-hander.
Here's a 3. Sullinger tracks it down. Isaiah will try one. Misses it. Rebound to Pope. Inside Drummond.
He'll bet Amir Johnson underneath wide open.
6-0 run by the Celtics to get back the lead. It's 4. Johnson. Crowder's got him. Drummond with the hook shot. Turner gets to the free throw line, misses the shot. A rebound to Morris. Blake inside to Drummond. Hits the little hook shot.
Ilyasova boards it. 1:40 to play in the half. 41-36 Indiana. Reggie down the lane. Throws it up. Andre tips it down.
Bounce pass Drummond. Follow.
The league in assists per game. KCP drives. Wild scoop. No tap. Andre. Yes. 6.
Unspectacular. Certainly not flamboyant in any way, but super effective Paul Millsap throughout his career.
That shot was hard to guard, even if it wasn't flashy. Reggie down deep gets Andre. Trail by only 2. Steve Blake, top side to Tolliver. Now Blake sends it inside to Andre. Uses that strength, hooks it, hits. Screen by Splitter. Schroeder with the drive. Shot is short. Rebound Marcus Morris. He'll bring it to forecourt. On the dribble. Great dish to Andre. The handle. Pistons batted away. Stanley Johnson down the lane of the rim. No, but Andre. It's Reggie to the rim. Tapped in by Andre. 94-76 Atlanta. 7:10 left. Andre deep hooks and hits over. 96-78 Atlanta. 6:48 left. Reggie Jackson from the lane lobs it. Andre. Peek back outside. Swipe by Andre. Andre dribbles to forecourt. Takes it to the lane. Hooks it. And he hits. 6 points. That's all for Paul George. 4 to play in the third. 57-50 Indiana.
On a night when Paul George struggles like this on his home court, if you're the Pistons, you really want this win.
Pistons go inside to Andre.
With a new clock. Contavious misses on the long run. Andre with a follow-up. Fills it up. Nice.
Don't know. D-Wade and Udonis Haslem both joined this team the same year, 03, and they both are still here, the longest tenured teammates who have been drafted together ever.
Dwayne Wade makes it 64-63 Miami with the free throws. Andre inside, that time able to jam it.
Wow.
Bosh has 16. He's 7 for 14. 75-70, 9 straight for Miami.
You know, George, on the Miami TV side, when Bosh makes a basket, they go kabosh. They've been kaboshing a few times here in this second half.
I guess. Andre uses his height, backs in, hooks and hits. Miami gets Dwayne Wade back in the game, takes Bosh out. Pistons inbound to Andre. Reggie Jackson wants a screen from Andre. KCP inside of the big man. Hooks it, hits it. Nice.
Away to Andre.
I'm looking for Derrick Rose to be far more assertive in this game going against Reggie Jackson. Going to try and get off to a quick start. And we'll try and do it via penetration.
Andre with Drummond, nearly a 45% three-point shooter. Butler penetrates, wide open is Gasol. Shot rims away to Contavious. 7-4 Pistons, and here they come. Andre backs and bumps, hooks and hits. To Stanley Johnson, who checked in for KCP. Stanley's shot won't fall. Trying to follow Ilyasova, no. Followed by Andre. In the rebound department for Andre Drummond. Andre back in the ballgame, hands to KCP. There's Ilyasova inside to Andre, working against Gasol. Looks over him, and he hits it. Move it to Derrick Rose. Rose with a jumper off the heel. Stanley Johnson with the rebound. Blake's in the lane. Hands it off to Andre. Hooks it and hit out. Clock at 14 as Stanley Johnson triggers to Reggie. Reggie Jackson with a great mix to forecourt. Andre wants it deep. Half hooks and hits.
You know, step up for the youngster.
Andre's return, 5 fouls are not with 5.5 left.
And as he stays out there, Johnson with starters now re-entering, I think he stays a valuable option for the Pistons.
Gasol's back for the Bulls. Stanley Johnson inside, he gets Andre a dime, and we're now tied at 98. Just over 2 to play. Andre hooks off the high glass. Reggie Jackson against Derrick Rose. Now Butler switches to Reggie. Reggie will drive him. Dishes in front to Andre, laid it in. And Derrick Rose each with 24 for the Bulls. Gasol with 9 in the fourth. Stanley Johnson with 9 in the fourth for the Pistons.
Remember, Andre's got 5. He's got to be careful. It's important that he stays available.
They go inside to him, hooks it over Gasol, and hits it.
All the injuries he's had to endure.
The 2011 MVP, when he averaged 25, he has 30 right now. Reggie Jackson inside for Andre.
George, they're going to call that a shot and take it away on the goaltend. That was every bit the pass, but maybe too close to the cylinder when Andre touched.
Andre hands to Reggie Jackson. Straight away. Pass.
Butler just rooted him out of there from in front.
Reggie against Rose. Andre high to screen. Inside to Andre. Scores it. It was an 84 against Portland. We're going to check on the Pistons. Ilya Silva misses. Andre.
The three. 5-point Boston lead at 19-14. 3:40 left to play in the opener. The Pistons didn't play last night. Again, they lost a tough overtime game a couple of nights ago to Doc's Clippers. They do not seem to have a lot of energy here early. Boston still has a 24-18 edge in rebounds. Drummond, 3 to go. He's got that kind of range.
I just read that the snowpack is above the normal level, so they're going to have nice water flowing into
for Detroit. There's Drummond on the glass. Jackson off the catch. Nope. Drummond. Yep.
That's a heck of an offense rebound on that last possession.
Jackson. Nice pass. Whoa. Tolliver. Missed the shot.
Try to. 8 in the shot clock. Shoots from distance. See, that's victory for the Pistons. That ends up being a contested three. Caldwell Pope in deep. Drummond. Good bit started. Redick trying to start the same way he began. He thought he had it. Didn't. And Reggie Jackson brings it back. Onto there by Chris Paul. Reggie Jackson led everybody with 13 points. Here's Drummond. Almost got 2 turnover for the Clippers. Caldwell Pope for 3. Well, your hand was on a rim again. Free ball, will not fall, but tipped in by Griffin. Misses it. Rebound Drummond. Those were the shots he made at the end of the Brooklyn game. He's 12 for 24. Jackson in deep to Drummond. Mishandled by CP3. Morris challenged by Jordan, and that left Drummond free.
I wonder if he's ever gone through a stretch where he's played 6 consecutive games without scoring any points like he's in right now. Jackson throws it up for Andre Drummond.
Got a 3-point game route. Please pay attention. Here comes Reggie Jackson. Down the lane. The lob. The jam. Redick on the move. On the curl. On the fire. In and out. Drummond the rebound. Pistons get their first look at it now in the overtime period. Tied at 94. Jackson down deep. Oh, just tapped home beautifully by...
This guy's a dangerous scorer. Not scoring to his normal level, but don't be fooled by that.
Did have 24 last night. They'll win over the Miami Heat. Andre with a standing facing hook. Nice inside bounce to Marcus Morris in front to Andre. Scoops no. Slams it back up and in. Lavoy Allen with a miss. Pistons inside to Andre. Hooks it and he hits it.
Beautiful. Excellent position.
And Reggie Jackson all with 16 for the Pistons. Reggie gets the miss back. Curls to the paint. Lobs to Andre for the flush.
I like that.
Contavious with a miss. Andre with the follow.
Wow.
It's 9 to... Just under 3 to play here in the first. Contavious screens for Reggie. Pistons go inside to Andre. Clock at 4. Here's the hook, and he hits it.
There you go. That's playing big.
It's 31-11. Stauskas caught on Ilyasova, who missed the hook, but Andre tapped it in. Reggie Jackson down the lane to the basket. Shot too hard, but flushed on the follow by Andre.
Jackson averaging just over 20 points per game on the season. Caldwell Pope, no. Andre Drummond, yeah.
Back, Contavious with the clock at 5. Way outside to Reggie Jackson. Long gun, no. Rebound, Andre. Back up with a hook, and he hit it.
Nice. Oh, man, what a move.
Welcome home, Marcus Morris. On the drive, Marshall misses. Sampson follows. Marcus Morris comes away with it way up to Ilyasova inside Andre for the score.
Beautiful basketball, folks.
Pistons now have their biggest. It's Isaiah Cannon stumbling down the lane. Lost the basketball. Shot clock was running out. Steve Blake and Stanley Johnson into the ball game. Pistons inside for Andre in the hook. KCP shot short. Andre boards it. He'll go right back into Okafor. Hooks it, and he hits it. Gives it up to Marcus Morris. Reggie steps into a 3. Won't fall. Andre follows, and it will fall.
He's 17 points in their 10 wins, and 10 of their wins per game.
Oh, yeah.
Or in the 12 wins, averages 17, and in those 10.
Defensive stand by Andre. Reggie on the other end. Can't score it. Andre taps it in. Gets a good screen from Gasol. Misses, though, from the baseline. Reggie Jackson to forecourt. Inside for Andre. Hooks it and hits it. Tony Alcott broke that defense down. It's 62-53. Andre inside against Gasol. Quick spin, hooks, hits, another left hand hook.
Mother would say.
Reggie inside for Andre to Pistons.
Ilyasova pushed Rudy out.
Carl Anthony Towns had a couple of makes from that spot, not that time. Drummond's Euro step out of Drummond and gets it to go. And he'll go to the free.
Ilyasova with the clock at 5, steps back and fires. It won't fall. Andre tapped it in. And Morris from the baseline. Outside to Ilyasova. Andre wants to screen for Contavious. Andre gets it against Gasol. Time on the clock. It's at 7. Gets to the front, hooks it, and he hits it.
Doesn't give them a lot of scoring. Only averages about 4 points a game, but clearly demonstrating that you can't leave them wide open.
Exactly. Marvin Williams, Zeller, Batum, Walker, and Lynn for Charlotte.
Plus he knows he's going against a guy who's playing with 5 fouls. Every reason to be aggressive.
20 for Zeller. Andre works against him on the other end. Scores it. Charlotte by 20. 5 and 20 left. Andre to the basket off a spin. He scores it. KCP down the lane. Andre Drummond with the score.
Like that.
Clarkson got 1. 9 straight for the Lakers. Lou Williams off the bench for the Lakers. Pistons inside to Andre.
After you want to come back as soon as possible, but when I come back, hopefully we can go on a run and make the playoffs. I know they're playing well right now, and I want to continue to help them out.
Nice lob off to Marcus Morris. Fall away, no. Andre follows and fills it up.
Stayed with it, very determined to